You know, there's a secret in your birthday to courage, and courage leads to love. Are you ready to find out the truth? I have the answer. You too can find the truth if you dare. All that and more at secretsofbirthdays.com. Good morning, it's Wednesday, and today we're in the full season of Cancer Emotion. And I have good news. Today, the first day of Emotion is all about self-love and receiving. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Wednesday Namaste today. Good morning and welcome to Namaste Today. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, stepº1. Namaste, my friend. Welcome now to Wednesday. It is now Hump Day. And today, the Great Human Walk, which is my little term for the human race, is now in Cancer, the month of Cancer, which means we're exploring our emotions. We're exploring our deep feelings. And it's my personal opinion, actually, that the disease of cancer is an emotional disease as well. A lot of people have gone through that. I think we're suffering from repressed emotions or had a lot of feelings that they just didn't pay attention to for a long time. So this is our time of the year where we clean out our feelings. And today is going to actually be joyful and loving. The first thing God Universe does is give us a dose of love in step 1. So that's the good news, and that's going to help you prepare for doing the clearing out here in the next few days. But before we talk about that, let's take a look at today's Moodcast and your zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Wednesday, June 22nd, 2016. Looking at the 5-day Moodcast ahead, well, today and actually Friday are the easiest days. So plan your hard stuff today or Friday. It'll be easiest. Tomorrow, Thursday, is going to be a little moody. And Saturday is our first chance of thunderstorms or emotional breakdowns. But today, I predict partly sunny and calm. Today is going to be feeling really pretty wonderful, I think. That's because step 1, Cancer, rules the day. This is the first step. That's I love. That means the ruling channel today is channel 1. Putting yourself number 1, and that means our ruling planet is the sun, who we affectionately call Ra. Now, our emotional focus today is going to be determined and professional. The moon is now in Act 3 of Capricorn, so that final act we're emotionally kind of planning, if you will. And our mental focus is peaceful and heartfelt. That's because Mercury is at step 15, Gemini. So we're looking for that peace of mind, and we're looking for that love as well. And that brings us to today's Lightwalker Newsflash. Today's newsflash is, if you're a person that seeks enlightenment, then you require self-nurturing. Let me explain. Well, actually, it goes back to my whole understanding of the 11 Steps of Serious Joy. I've been on this path for a long time, and I have seen in my work with my clients time and time again that the emotional tone that we live in is so important to everything we do. Whether we start off in a good tone or a bad tone determines whether or not we're going to go anywhere and if we're going to see straight. It also determines what our odds are, because if we're emotionally focused on our pain or emotionally focused on feeling our past, then we are not seeing the options for the present. Now, over the weekend on Father's Day, I had some time to myself, and I actually started listening to Esther Hicks for the first time. And you might go, what? For the first time? Well, honestly, I've been on my own spiritual journey. I've heard about these people and what they've had to teach, but I haven't gone directly to the work just because I wanted to find for myself. But now I'm starting to reach out, and I'm curious what these other Lightwalkers have to say, and I'll be darned. I mean, it's all congruent with what I have seen myself in the stars and the planets. And one thing that Esther and Abraham were saying in this one video was that our emotions are extremely important. Feeling good is essential to doing anything, to moving forward. And we must, in order to be enlightened, if you want to enlighten yourself, believe it or not, I think if you're a modern person today, you've learned to tune out your feelings. You've learned to ignore them. You've learned to stay in your mind. This is all the teachings of media and pharmaceuticals and and short attention spans. We have literally kind of trained ourselves as a culture to ignore our feelings, and that sets us up for failure. So today's going to be a loving day. Today you're going to feel a lot of love. Today we're beginning a 30-day exploration of our feelings. And today you have the opportunity to connect to your feelings and channel that love and hold that note. And that's what we want to try to do today, is find that note and hold it, so we know what a positive, good note is. And we also want to, look forward to the feelings and prepare for feelings that we want to face as well. That's going to be the other part of this. So if you want to, right now, this is the last thing I want to say in this little part. We are in a Mars retrograde, so if anyone's new to astrology, this is a time when the humankind is rebuilding their egos. And now as we move into Cancer, a lot of this new ego that we're building has to do with how our ego responds to our feelings. So think about that in the next few days. How does your feelings respond? How does your ego respond? Do you get mad? Do you nurture your feelings? Does your ego go into the past and manifest and create more emotional gloom? Or does your ego become a hero, stand tall, and carry you out into the bathtub? These are the questions to ask ourselves in the next couple of days as we're going to face the very bottom degrees of our emotions. Today's very loving, but through the next couple days, we're going to explore some of the stuff that maybe we haven't looked at in this high-paced, short attention span reality. And without further ado, let me go ahead and take 3 breaths. This is the part where I go into my guides. It's not prepared, it's not scripted, and I just ask them, how can I be of service? What should I tell everybody? Okay, so actually they gave me specific planets to look at, and I just want to look and see what their positions are. Beautiful. So Spirit told me to talk about Jupiter and Pluto in that order, and refer to helping you in that regard. Jupiter and Virgo, just as a quickie, it's a once in every 12-year thing. We're now ready to go forward with it. It's at step 16. So those are the astro citations. What it comes down to is it's time to manifest a peaceful life. And what Spirit's wanting me to talk about is, if you can't get out of your mind, if you can't get out of your feelings, that's what the ego was made for. By you doing. So it's like one thing that overrides the mind is exercise. All right. One thing that helps the feelings is to get up and get moving. So if you're not quite sure what to do, then you do routines that make you feel good. You do routines that force you to feel good, like yoga and any kind of material practice. And with this Jupiter and Virgo, build a concrete routine life through actions that you do right now that create and promote peace in your life. All right. For those who are ready, it's time to move higher. And live and float above. And this is something that I noticed with the Hicks video I watched, Esther Hicks videos, was talking about building your emotional morale up to a high pedestal before you can even really begin to manifest what you want as easily as you want to. And I completely agree. Until you get to step 11, which is where you feel like you're in heaven, I don't think you can call it in. So if it's like, I don't know how to feel good, well, let's build a life from scratch, from kindergarten, from soul garden, kindergarten, right now. Let's build a life of a lifestyle starting today, feeling good. What can you do every day to feel good? Now, the other thing is Pluto. Pluto's also at step 16, so that's really remarkable. That was called upon the 2 planets, right? And both add to a 7, which is where we are in alignment with our spirit. The architecture of incarnation shows that. What Pluto is saying to me and to you, and this is where the moon is around Capricorn, is the rules of life, okay? The rules should be based on keeping things easy going. Keeping things easy going. The rules of life should keep things easy going. And what I noticed with Abraham and Esther was that, the path of least resistance. And I agree. The astrology shows step 6, the path of least resistance. We're talking about step 16 here, which is building a life with the path of least resistance. We're talking about Pluto at step 16 in Capricorn, building rules that promote a path of least resistance. And today, you're going to feel love, so explore those paths. Okay. Let me give you 3 takeaways, 3 steps that'll make sure your day will go well for you. This is simple, 1 step a day. That's all I preach as a sensei. The first one, 3 steps to today's step. That's kind of ironic. Step 1, open to your feelings today. Open up to your feelings today. Let them in. Let them in, okay? Don't be afraid of them. Breathe through them. Sometimes it's like labor to let feelings in, but open up to your feelings. Then, open up to your heart. Open up to your heart today. Feel what your heart is telling you after you open up to your feelings. And third, what can you do today to preserve your soul? What can you do to preserve? In other words, what can you do today that will make you feel good tomorrow? Process that. That's your real step for the day. All right, for those who are in my personal Sensei network, which I'm so grateful to be of service, and a lot of people ask how can they give back? Well, be a subscriber. It's the best way. It's a very nice exchange of conscious energy. Today in your Daily Zen, I'm going to talk about a meditation on how to find your star seed, and I'll describe what star seed is, but today's energy will feel very star seed-like, so I want to help you kind of capture it today. And in your eye candy, I'm going to tell you at 3 o'clock the kind of home your astrology chart says you need to have. So according to your chart, what kind of home do you need to keep? You'll get that at 3 o'clock. For everyone else, please come on down to SeriousJoy.tv. I am just trying to promote love and joy, and one of the things about it is the more people who come and who actually love it, the more joy we all put into this bucket, and we can all feel every day. So come on down, tell your friends and family. I'm grateful ahead of time for everyone. And remember, I will see you in 24 hours with more, but do not forget that I love you and to live, love, be.
So to feel fully in control of your life, the reason why you don't feel fully in control, says your chart, is because in your decision making, your heart and your psychic ability is not being consulted. And so as a result, you end up losing control.